All right, on Fernando Toro, what is happening?
Sorry, Judge, is that for me or?
Just in general, what was the results?
I know, so Mr. Harris and I spoke with Mr. Acevedo and Mr. Martin. Once we kind of cleared everything up, I believe, oh, there's Daryl. Daryl, do you want to follow up with what happened with the?
You're on mute, Mr. Harris.
Apologies, Your Honor. Specifically, what I established, what the defense was asking, a type of, he was asking for something on the plea that this office is not prepared to give, and nor is it consistent with how the Felony Veterans Treatment Court program runs. Once that was made clear, then all that was left was for Mr. Martin and Mr. Acevedo to see if they can get a meeting of the minds on the ultimate plea.
And so is there a meeting of the minds or no?
I have not taught, we left Martin and Acevedo in that Zoom room to confer themselves. That's where the case relies, Judge.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
can you recall this for next week? Either there will be a meeting of the minds next week, Mr. Toro, or either there will be a plea, or either there will be a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll call it, recall it for, we'll do it for that Friday, Judge the 8th.
All right, we'll see you back on October 8th.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You have a good day too. You're excused.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may myself, Mr. Herman, be excused.
Yes, are you all going to be needed at the 8th, or they will not need you all?
They should not.
But Ms. Alvarado will be available, Judge. I will actually be entering paternity leave today.
But
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
I will be, but Your Honor, I will be available.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, ma'am.
Norma, can you make sure that Mr. Harris and Carolyn Alvarado are sent links for this case on next week?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, you're excused. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you, Judge.
Are we ready on Ms. Montez?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Yes, already.
All right. And Meredith, are you going to be on this?
Marcus.
Oh, Marcus, okay. And Martin Guerra, who are you waiting to speak with?
I already conferred with Joe Ray Garcia on Sam Amaya.
All right, and where is your client?
He should be here, Your Honor. We spoke just a little while ago and he was here all morning, so.
Okay, well, we'll see if you could see where he is. He'll need to come back on.
Okay, let me go ahead and I'll send him a text message real quick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Cabanas, do you need to confer with someone?
Good afternoon, Judge. Yes, last time I conferred on Mr. Trevino with Mr. David Martin.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2021 CR 4522B, State of Texas versus Christina Marie Montez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Your Honor.
For the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
Valentina Cogon on behalf of Mrs. Montez.
And are you Christina Montez?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection.
Ms. Montez, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand? Did you electronically sign it? Ms. Montez, did you review
Yes,
that
ma'am.
document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes,
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have and I
yes,
did.
ma'am.
Ms. Montez, you need to listen to the questions that I'm asking. That question was directed at your attorney. Do you understand?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Ms. Kogut, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have and I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment, Ms. Montez. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are, and also I want to mention, there's a couple corrections on the plea bargain that I need to let you know before we get to that.
All right, so you're proceeding on count 1 and 2?
Oh,
Count 1 is possession of methamphetamine, count 2 is possession of heroin.
we are proceeding on count 2, waiving count 1.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Montez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in
Yes.
both places?
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
You understand you're charged with possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any
Yes.
reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
You believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe she is and she was.
Ms. Montez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Ms. Montez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. The court is in receipt to this document, what's entitled plea bargain page. Are there corrections to the plea bargain agreement, state or defense?
There are, Judge, and I would ask if I could see you and defense counsel in the breakout room.
All right, we will go to breakout room number 2, please. Ms. Montez, you need to come back on the screen.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right, the court is going to show you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There's a $1,000 fine prorated. State recommends community supervision. There's $114 for SAPD drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver Repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation of 120 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right, Ms. Montez, do me a favor. Concentrate on what's going on. Put the shades, glasses, whatever you have down. You can do those repair work on your own time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
State any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea.
Yes, the state offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Montez, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask the court to follow the plea bargain agreement.
All right, Ms. Montez. Who is Jacob Vasquez?
My boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
What, do you guys live together or no?
We did up until yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
I guess the bad breakup.
When's the last time you used drugs? And before you even answer, know that you're going to get drug tested today.
Yeah.
So what are you
Yeah.
positive for today?
Whatever I was found with.
And what would that be? I wasn't with you, so I don't know what you were using.
Methamphetamines and heroin.
Okay. So when did you last use?
That would be today.
Okay.
Well, actually, early this morning, about 3.
Or this afternoon?
Yeah, I haven't been. And honestly, I have not been to sleep since last night.
All right, so you last used this afternoon
3.
over the lunch break?
No, not over the lunch break. It was like 3 this morning.
Okay.
This morning.
Do you have any children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
3, 7, and 15.
And where are they?
They're with my mother and my mother-in-law.
So, and where is their father?
He's in prison.
Child Protective Services involved?
Yes.
So obviously you're not doing your service plan. Are you dependent on your mother to end up taking custody of your children?
Yes. Well, yeah. My mother-in-law has custody of my daughter, and my youngest is with my sister-in-law. And I have custody of my 15-year-old, but he's with my mother.
Well, you know your 15-year-old should not be with you at all.
Yeah, I know he's not. He's with my mom.
So basically your children are separated because you won't stop using drugs.
Yes.
Have you ever been to rehab?
Yes, yes, I have.
When?
I've been to Sadif. I have been to the Knicks. I've been to, when I was in drug court. That's right, I was in drug court. I was gonna check into the nearest methadone clinic. It's the methamphetamine is not a problem. It's the heroin that's the problem. And that's what I was gonna do this week when I got some money, more. Actually, I'll just give funds right now.
Well, methadone is just another drug.
Yes, I know that.
How far did you go in school?
Some college.
When did you first start using?
About 25.
Did you complete any services with Child Protective Services?
I had some parenting classes done, but I didn't complete no safety plan.
When's the last time you were employed?
2018, I believe.
How are you supporting yourself?
I clean houses.
How are you supporting your habit?
From that, I get paid on a cash level.
I'm sorry, what?
Cash. I get paid by cash. Yeah, I clean houses and I get paid cash daily.
You're not going to be allowed to do that anymore. You understand why?
Because I have to get a job.
Well, you can't be any place in any employment that requires a fiduciary duty on your part. So I can't have you in someone's home cleaning houses when you're in the throes of your addiction, because when people are in the throes of their addiction, temptation is rampant, because and I know that if you need a fix and there's some extra money laying around somebody's house, you're probably going to take it. So I'm going to get you some help. And whether or not you take it is 100% up to you. Either you're going to be a mother to your children or you're not. Right now, the problem is, I imagine your mother and your mother-in-law allow you to drop in to be the sunny delight mom with your children, but they do the heavy lifting. You just come in to breeze in, hey, to be the happy mom. They didn't want to be mothers to your grandchildren, to your children, but you've forced them to be mothers instead of grandparents. We're going to fix that today, and whether or not it's fixed depends completely on you. I see that drug court didn't work for you, so we're going to step that up a little bit. This is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 18 months, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's to be no contact with Jacob Vasquez. $1,000 fine, that will be probated. $114 to SAPD for restitution. 120 hours community service restitution. The court will deduct 40 of those hours if you receive the COVID vaccine. Not forcing you to do it, but if you do it and you provide proof, you'll have that. There's to be no unsupervised contact with any minors. There's to be intensive parenting classes, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment, Rebecca, as that requires her to be placed in the position of having a fiduciary duty. So there's no employment with her as a home health care provider, with minors, or house cleaning. You're going to report to court tomorrow at 9 a.m. That's October 1st, 2021 at 9 a.m. We're located at 300 De La Rosa.
Okay.
When are you going to report to court?
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
And what's the address?
300 De La Rosa.
All right. You're going to report to court, and you are going to be placed in Safe P. Once she's completed Safe P, I'm going to want the UA hotline. And I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month, random.
Ma'am, is there any way that I can get, because this is my house right now, I have to get, we're been in the throes of moving out. We're getting evicted, and I literally had to move out.
Who is we?
Well, me and my ex-boyfriend, we just had to
No,
break the
so here's where you are, Miss Montez. You just used drugs this morning. You're telling me you haven't had any sleep because you keep using drugs.
No, this is
so here's the thing,
report.
Miss Montez. If I test you today, you're going to be positive for heroin and meth. Maybe alcohol, maybe marijuana, but we know heroin and meth. And let me explain something to you. The people who make the heroin and meth, that's not FDA approved. You don't know what they're putting in it. You don't know if you may overdose or not overdose. So I'm trying to save your life and help you. So at the end of the day, money should not be the driving force of our lives. As my mom always says, if you have a problem that money can't solve, then you have a real problem. And right now, the problem that you have that money can't solve right now is you're in the throes of your addiction. The fact that you may lose some furniture at your apartment or wherever you stand, that can be replaced, but your life can't. So you're going to be in the 187 District Court tomorrow at 9 a.m. promptly. If you don't show up at 9 a.m., what's going to happen is a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. So she's going to show up at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
I can do the probation. I know I can do it.
Yeah, you are going to do it. But this is the way you're doing it.
Without the safe P. I have a lot of
Ms. Montez, let me ask you something. Are you clean right now? If you were drug tested today, would you be positive or negative? Yes or no?
Okay, I would be negative. But I mean,
no. You time out and listen to me.
Because I know
time out. Listen to me. You just told me you use drugs, so you're going to be positive for drugs. So here's my question for you. If you can write your own program and do it on your own, why are your children with your mom and with your mother-in-law? And why are you positive? Because you continue to use and you can't control it.
Let me explain. With my 5-year-old, my 7-year-old, my 3-year-old, I was ripped out of the house. Because my uncle and my brother-in-law at the time, they were in a quarrel. And my brother-in-law, he shot at my uncle. There's police reports on this. And there was a whole hostage situation. I was doing everything I needed to do for that child at the time.
Let me ask you this, Ms. Montez.
Yes,
I want to
ma'am.
ask you something. Mm-hmm. Let's say your children live with you.
I go to NA.
Listen to what I'm saying. Calm down and listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
let's say your children live with you and you need a babysitter. And I come to you.
I'm
And I
not allowed
have
to have my
great-
children. I
listen
don't
to
have
me.
custody of my children, Ms. Boyd. I do
All
not.
right, she won't listen. This is what's going to happen. You're going to come in tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you're not here, a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest. So she's going to come into court, Rebecca. She's going to safety. Then after she gets out of safety, we're going to do a UA hotline. There's going to be 3 field visits per month. I'm going to want weekly in-person reporting until further notice. Is there anything else that she needs, Rebecca?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Montez, unmute yourself. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. We can go off the record. Ms. Montez, here's the thing. You've been sick, and I put my fingers in quotations for that, since June 15, 2021. You've been using drugs since the date of this offense, and the date
No, I
of this
haven't.
offense is December 6, 2020.
No, I have
You've
not.
had a
I have
full
not.
year and more to get in a program and do better, and you can't do it on your own. That's why I'm here to help you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, and probation will go over conditions with you. If you do not show up for court tomorrow at 9 a.m., a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Ms. Kogut, if you can go to breakout room number 1, please, and let your
Yes,
client
ma'am.
know. If she does not show, a warrant will be issued for her arrest. And Rebecca, you can go to number 1, please.
Okay, thank you.
Brenda, but you know what? It is still a Thursday. All right, who are the parties on, I'm sorry, Martin Guerra, Sam Amaya, what is happening?
Your Honor, Sam Amaya has signed on, and I've conferred with Joe Ray Garcia. We don't have an agreement at this point.
So what are we doing with this case? It's a motion to revoke, correct?
No, Your Honor, it's a
Just 1 second. All right, so an offer was tendered and you're requesting a jury trial?
that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to send you and your client, I'm sorry, you and Joe Ray to a breakout room to confer with Ms. Ferguson over a court date. I'll send you all to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Alfonso Cabanas.
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Joe Ray on Mr. Aaron Trevino.
Mhm.
David Martin and I have been conferring, Judge, and it seems, according to Joe Ray, that there's another pre-indicted case that the DA just became aware of, and so they're not ready to make an offer yet.
All right, if you can go to breakout room number 2, ask Norma to give you a 30-day reset, and we would come back, just come back to the main room and let me know what that date will be.
Yes, Your Honor.
David Woodard, are you ready on Victoria Marie Maldonado?
Yes, Judge, we should be ready.
Okay, where is your client?
She's in the middle of my screen. I don't know where she is on your screen, but it's
Okay.
black.
Yes, it is. Ms. Maldonado, did you black your, make your screen go black, or did someone else do that?
It was the the officer.
Okay, all right. All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 5547, State of Texas versus Victoria Marie Maldonado. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state,
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
for the defense?
David Andre Woodard for Ms. Maldonado.
And are you Ms. Maldonado?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Maldonado, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Maldonado, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
State waives count 1 as the repeat enhancement allegation. We will be proceeding on count 2.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Maldonado, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
She has, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
She is, Judge, and she was at the time.
Ms. Maldonado, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. There are no applications. State will take in consideration 2021 CR 5549B and 2021 CR 5550B. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver Repeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did, Ms. Wood.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Until the offense is charged in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Judge.
Ms. Maldonado, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Again, did you understand that you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We're just asking the court to follow the agreement.
All right, the court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, taking consideration 2021 CR 5549B and 2021 CR 5550B. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Maldonado, how old are you?
I'm 30.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, I have one little boy.
All right, Ms. Maldonado, don't let your life slip by you. You don't want to be in and out of prison, because you're getting close to the point where more of your life is going to be behind you than in front of you. You understand?
I do, ma'am.
Now, those tattoos, were they painful?
Real painful.
Okay, this is my question, but I always wonder, when you see that it's painful, like the one that's on the side of your face, when you see that it's painful, do you ever say, you know what, I'm just going to stop right here? Don't finish it? Or you're like, you've already started, might as well finish?
Yes, I don't ever start something I don't finish.
Okay, well, I want you to start a better life for yourself, okay?
Yes, it will. Thank you, ma'am.
All
God
right.
bless you.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too. Good luck to you, Ms. Maldonado.
Thank you.
You have excuse, Judge?
Yes.
Thanks, Meredith.
Welcome.
Wherever she ran off to.
Oh, I'm here. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Meredith. I appreciate it.
Okay, Marcus, could I see you in a breakout room number 2, please?
Yes.
And Brenda, can you come to breakout room number 2 with me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Martin Guerra, did you get your date?
Yes, Your Honor, we have December 9th as our trial date.
All right, we'll put this on the record. And where is Amaya?
I'm right here.
Thank you. And Alfonso, what is your date on Trevino?
It is October 29th, Judge.
All right, Mr. Trevino, we're going to bring you back on October 29th. It's the court's understanding that there may be some more cases. And I want to make sure that your attorney has all the discovery.
Yes, ma'am. May I also speak to my lawyer or my
All right.
attorney?
Just one second.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Alfonso, when you go to the office with him, if you could have him come back to the main room, because we'll have to move him from here out of the from the main room. So I'm
Yes, Your
going to
Honor.
send you breakout room number 1, and Mr. Trevino, you'll go to number 1. And who's the person on Morrison? Okay. All right, we're going to go on the record. The court is calling 2019 CR 0166, State of Texas versus Sam Adam Amaya. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Joe Ray Garcia.
for the defense?
Martin Guerra.
And are you Mr. Amaya?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No objections.
All right, just one moment. I'm sorry, off the record. Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Cabanas, you have one more case with us. It's Matthew Cuellar.
I do, Judge, but I just wanted to let you know, room or chat room 1 or breakout room 1 is being occupied by
Okay, let me move you.
CLO.
I'll move you to number 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right,
Yes,
everyone,
ma'am.
sorry about that. It's been like a strange day.
Judge, did you still need me?
No, Mr. Cabanas is aware of that other case he has.
Can I
Thank you.
send you a chat? I send you a chat also.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Ms. Ferguson. All right, defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will note for the record that the court is in receipt of the acknowledgement of discovery that was tendered on January 16, 2020. Has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Amaya, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has state and defense conferred over a new trial date?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what date will that be?
December 9th, Your Honor.
Any objection from the state to December 9th, 2021 as a jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerra, any objection to December 9th as a jury trial date?
No objections.
Mr. Amaya, do you have any objection to December 9th as a jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Amaya, you need to appear in the 187 District Court in person on December 9th at 9 a.m. to start your jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is your jury trial date?
9 a.m. on December 9th,
Which court?
187.
All right, we will see you then. Of course, if juries are suspended, then your attorney will be made aware and you won't have to appear. But for now, you'll need to appear in person. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, we'll close the record. You are excused, defense and Mr. Amaya.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Sam, I'll call you once you sign off.
Okay.
All right, everyone, we are actually done for today. So I am going to stop the live stream. Marcus, Meredith, Joe Ray is here, I think. All right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. It seems like the day is Friday, but it's not. All right, I'm going to stop live stream. See everyone at 9 a.m.